We're still in 1983, but hey, we're finally talking about a video game that I have played. I've never made it to the boat though. When it comes to Spy Hunter, I love playing Spy Hunter, but I always end up dying because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, with a smart weapon, cool cars, and a persistent buzz generator generated by slicky radiant radiation of a Peter Gunn theme pumping speakers, yeah, for like 6 seconds. Spy Hunter was viewed as a very stylish game back in the arcades, the 1980s. It was a title that played the boys' favorite fantasy: secret agents, nasty weaponry, and a driving license. Yeah, I don't have a driver's license. I can't drive. I'll probably crashing on the side of the road. And made the moment they stated slotting in the current coinage all but in eventually but makes no mistake, it was the actions as at the perfectly poised presentation, I think that's what it's called, and that kept those young punters coming back for more. Okay. In Spy Hunter, you play as a secret agent with a car that shoots bullets from the front grill, and you're tasked with the immeasurably simple mission: tooling down an endless highway. Eventually, it's highway entry corners of any kind, fighting off a range of vehicle enemies from stretch cars with machine guns to from the sides to buses with spikes. Buses with spikes, I don't think I made it that far, in the wheels. And even the occasional helicopter with while upgrading your ride. Smoke screen and oil slick every now and then as into back to passing powers of power up vans. All of this was super cool, sure, but Spy Hunter's most magical comes when the game incompleted bridges force you to take your dream machine off road and it suddenly transformed itself into a boat. Never made it that far. I always got my ass kicked by it. So, yeah, by passing through a convenient shack, taking the land based battle directly to the waves, which is kind of ironic since the fucking bell rang when I was reading that. The bell rings when you turn into a boat. I don't know if you guys can hear the bell, but yeah. Uniquely suited to the obsession of the 1980s with the slick mixture of espionage and cars. Spy Hunter is a delightful, it's not expensive memory for everyone who played it. It is also the subject of a frankly ridiculous PlayStation 2 title built around a move staring Dwayne Johnson out, although the game thankfully sank without a trace. Okay, that makes no sense. I have played Spy Hunter. I never got to the boat. I think I made it to the boat once when I was a kid, but the game was fucking difficult. I was not very good with it, so yeah. Alright, so let's read about fucking castles, crystal castles. I'm thinking of Castle Crashers for some reason, which will probably be on here at some point. For its day, Crystal Castles was awesomely ambiguous path, bridges, ledges, and elevators decorated with three-dimensional structures that are themselves laid out on the Overlord world maps. The propagandist Bentley Bear conquest map after map at map after map by up g- sweeping up gems as quickly as possible. S- Skeletons, witches, and animated trees plague Bately's steps, and if he spends too long on the level of swarm of bees, look out for the bees! Uh, will show up and chase him. Okay, that is fucking messed up. What the hell is this? Fucking Chris Farley? Thanks to the game's trackball controller, it's possible to move very quickly indeed. One sweep sends you skimming across the screen, grabbing all the gems that line up on your path. The design was of certainly the detail programmer Frank Lemzenga packed as much as he could into each screen almost to a fault. Okay, that makes perfect fucking sense. Each of the 37 maps feels crammed into view and rendered in an unusual dramatic perspective that becomes quite disorienting in later levels. Okay, the controls are speedy but twitchy. Eventually, especially when you try to take small steps or cover both sides of the board path. That wide view also explains why none of the characters, who are actually quite cute, ever became arcade stars. Well, maybe it's because it's a game that I've never heard of. But Crystal Castles is charming and engrossing, flaws and all. The level design is ingenious. I think that's what it is. With semi-secret passages and sluggish elevators testing your reflexes, even as they tempt you to explore deeper. Unusually, beating the game will actually end it instead of taking you back to the beginning. And eventual and novices, I don't know what that word is, for the time and other reasons why it feels more like the story driven platformer that would later comes to the home market than a typical rep- repetitive coin op. It's been ported many times to home consoles as even spludge up on the Atari official arcade portal where play a complete flash version for free. Okay. So it's a free game now. Well, it doesn't surprise me. It's from 1983. So I have played Spy Hunter. I'm not very good at it. I've never made past. I never, like I said before, never made to the boat scene because I always end up dying, losing all my fucking lives. But yeah. So the next game. Well, wait. Let's rewind this back. Jetpack Juno Fist first. No, I thought it said Juno Fist. Juno first. Load Runner and Maniac Miner. Okay, I've never heard of any of these fucking games before. But I think that's it for me. I hope you guys have a nice positive day and always stay positive. But like I said, you should play Spy Hunter. It's a really good game.